Alright everybody, this is a sequel to the Gohan and the Main Six, titled Return to Equestria, once again by FutureShock. Chapter 1, The Monster Escapes. Hello everybody and welcome to the sequel of Gohan and the Main Six. I hope you're ready because things are gonna get a little crazy. As we left things off, Gohan had just left Equestria and returned home. That was 7 years ago. Now Gohan is an adult and things have changed. Not just in this world but in Equestria as well. You'll see the changes as the story progresses on. Without any spoilers, just sit back and enjoy. The Earth and all of its inhabitants were in grave danger. The terror known as Majin Buu had been unleashed onto the world. The pink monster took delight in causing pain and misery. It was all just a game to him. And without anyone to stop him, he could cause as much destruction as he wanted. He was controlled by the wizard Babidi, and with him in charge, nobody stood a chance. Neither Gohan or the Supreme Kai could win. Buu was just too powerful. Vegeta did his best, but ended up sacrificing himself to save the world. But Buu survived and lived on. Goku also tried his best, but failed. Even though his Super Saiyan 3 transformation helped, it wasn't enough. He didn't promise Buu a real challenger, but only if he stopped his destruction and waited for 2 days. The only hope now was for Goten and Trunks to learn the fusion dance, and when Goku had to return to the other world, Piccolo took over the training. At the same time as the training, Buu was out on the path to destruction. Having killed Babidi, he was free to do whatever he pleased. During this time, Goten and Trunks had successfully learned the fusion dance, but they still weren't ready to beat Buu yet. The monster ended up building himself a house out of people he turned to clay. Mr. Satan headed for Buu in hopes to defeat the monster. He was the famed hero who defeated Cell, and it was time for him to step up once again. The problem was that Hercule couldn't stop Buu. All of his plans were no use against the Pink Minutes. Every single time he would try and kill the monster, it wouldn't work. What ended up happening was Hercule befriending Buu and convincing him to stop destroying the Earth and the people on it. Things were going well, and the two seemed to have become friends. Things were looking up to two crazy men shot both Hercule and the puppet that Buu rescued. This returned all the evil inside the pink monster to leave his body and manifest itself into a separate being. This new Buu was pure evil. The evil and good battled out, but the evil won. He turned the chocolate being back at the fat Buu and then ate him. He was now even more powerful than ever, and was able to find all the people hiding at the lookout. Once there, he demanded the fight he was promised to show himself. But Goten wasn't ready to fight yet. Piccolo told him he could pass the time by killing people, and the evil pink punch did just that. With one attack, he took out nearly 99% of the Earth's population. Both Piccolo and Videl were able to get him to wait 1 hour, and then sent Gohan and Trunks into a hyperbolic time chamber to train. But Buu could only wait so long. After about half an hour, he demanded Piccolo to bring the fighter, and the making ingredient took him to the time chamber. Taking a long way bought some time, he warned the two Saiyans that Buu was coming. When the two entered the time chamber, Goten and Trunks were ready. They fused the Gotenks and showed off the fruits of their training. They had become stronger and had some moves saved up for Buu, but none of them seemed to work at first. Every hit he landed had no effect on the monster. This was part of Gotenks' plan, but he wanted the fight to be a great one, something that everybody would remember. Piccolo, on the other hand, turned to get serious. Goten then transformed into Super Saiyan, cranking up the intensity. The two warriors battled out and seemed to be evenly matched. The fused Saiyan then first busted out the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Those ghosts really packed a punch. They were enough to destroy Buu, but not enough to finish him. The pink monster came back and it appeared Goten was unable to continue. Once again, it was his plan to make it seem like it was finished. Thinking that they couldn't win, the Namekian ward blasted the door to the outside. The three of them were now stuck in there forever. There was no way in, and there was no way out. Goten walked up to the ruins of the door with tears in his eyes. "You mean there really is no way out of here?" he asked in shock.
"Yes, the door between this dimension and Earth is gone. We know better start getting comfortable,"
Piccolo stated plain.
"What about chocolate?"
Buu was also in disbelief. Sure, there was some way out there. There just had to be. The green-skinned warrior smirked.
"Sorry, but there's no chocolate here. Nor is there any other candy. No ice cream? No chocolate bars?"
His voice came in the form of smirk and a head shake no. Buu then let out a huge scream. How could there be no candy in here? How was he supposed to survive without any candy? Meanwhile, Goten was crying while sitting on the floor. The situation was really bad. Really bad. Buu started walking towards the ruin's entrance, muttering about candy. Goten walked over to his mentor with anger in his eyes.
Piccolo, you idiot! Why'd you go and blow up the exit? No one told you to blow it up. For your information, I still have my best move left, he shouted.
Hearing that made Piccolo gasp.
"I thought you said you had none left. That your brother had reached his limit."
I was only trying to make the fight more fantastic. I could have finished Buu off in no time and we'd be out of here.
Pickle felt like slapping the young Saiyan several times for being so stupid. Then even Vegeta would go as far as to lie about the amount of power he has left. And that was saying quite a lot.
I can't believe that you put us all in danger just to be more fantastic. You're nothing but an idiot.
It was a right to exchange a blow of interest, but that was the plan. If Cortez couldn't win, then he would trap them all inside the chamber. It was the only way to ensure the safety of planet Earth.
Well, you're the blow up the exit, so you're the real idiot here.
Ignoring the arguing going on, Boo continued moving towards the entrance before stopping. As he stared at the rooms, a look of anger came to his face. There was no way he would be stuck here without candy forever. His anger had gained him the attention of his foes. His fist clenched his anger to control. A high-force wind was sending out as he began shouting,
Let me out!
With one powerful shout, a rip between dimensions was created. Boo had managed to make a way out. Everybody stared at the small portal flowing where the entrance once stood, and it showed some sort of grassy area.
What is it, a hole?
The youngster asked.
A tear in dimensions. Somehow he's managed to create a hole in dimensions. If he escapes, he can destroy the Earth.
Pickle made sure that the pink monster wouldn't leave.
Boo, fight me!
He challenged. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and the monster's attention was still on the portal. As time went on, the portal was closing. The pink monster smiled at its exit.
I knew I could have my candy.
His body changed and was able to fly through the portal.
Come on, we have to go before it closes.
The two of them ran for it, but it was too late. The portal closed before they could reach it.
Darn it! Now that monster's free to terrorize the Earth!
Pickle shouted out, clenching his fist.
There has to be some way out of here.
The fear Saiyan wasn't about to be trapped in here forever. Not when that monster was now out and free to cause destruction.
I'm not sure. Wait, we could scream!
The young Saiyan just stared blankly at him.
That's your plan?
Think about Cortex. Boo's able to escape by shouting. If we do the same, maybe we can get out of here.
It was a long shot, but the only shot they had. And at this point, they would have to try anything. The two of them walked up to the entrance and began to shout with all they could. Their screams echoed throughout the emptying of the time chamber, and it was definitely the loudest shouts the two had ever made. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to work, and all they managed to do was tire themselves out. They were now breathing heavily.
Come on, let's try again.
In the fields not too far from Ponyville, a portal opened up. A few seconds later, the monster known as Boo flew out of it. The portal closed as he dropped to the ground. After a few moments, his body reformed to shape, and the monster was back to normal. With a few looks around, the pink monster could tell this wasn't Earth. It looked similar, but it wasn't the same. He could sense a ton of energy out there, but that was impossible. He was sure that everyone was dead. There was no way anyone could have survived the human extinction attack. Granted, he could sense only a small amount of energy still on the Earth, but now he was sensing a lot more than there were before. Plus, if this was Earth, shouldn't he be on the lookout and not in a random field? Several thoughts came to mind, but the first thing Boo needed to do was eat. He could sense a bunch of powers close by and figured it was a town, so he decided to walk in that direction. Whatever this place was, it sure seemed peaceful. At least the monster thought so. But with him now present, that peacefulness wouldn't last. After walking for several minutes, he reached his destination. It was a nice-sized town, but it was full of ponies instead of humans. It was kind of strange, but he didn't care. They would all be candy in the end. Or just kill for the fun of it. Right away, he could tell the ponies feared him, and it made him smile slightly. It was then that Boo caught sight of a certain store. It was full of sweets. His mouth watered at the sight of all the different sweets in the store. That was his first stop, and the structure of this place could wait a little bit. As he walked through the streets, the ponies all stared at him confused. They had never seen a creature like this before. Sure, they do remember Gohan walking like that, but he wasn't a giant pink creepy monster.
He's so freaky looking.
Purple Pony whispered to another pony.
That thing is so hideous,
Unicorn said. Kinda creepy, another pony muttered. Like it, but then the pink demon couldn't hear them. Or if he did, he didn't care. Kane was more important at the moment. He just kept his focus forward, putting all of his attention forward, putting all of his focus into getting candy. After a few seconds, he neared his destination, and shortly after, he was walking through the doors to Cube Corner. It was hard to go into, but he managed. Mr. K had been behind the register, enjoying a nice day, even though he was stuck inside working. His good mood when it loosed out, he saw some strange creature enter his establishment. He couldn't help but stare at the thing as it headed towards him. It was certainly like no pony he had ever seen. "Hello, can I help you?" he asked. Boo looked his level at all the good-looking trees in the store. He was practically surrounded by them. He didn't know what he should eat first. It all looked so good. His mind stomach then gave him the answer.
Boo want chocolate.
Mr. K just scratched his hand and confused a simple request. Anything in particular? There was no answer, which confused him further. His eyes then went wide as the stranger just grabbed a piece of candy and just started to eat.
Hey, you have to pay for that,
he shouted. The shout made Boo just turn towards the pony. He sat in with a look of confusion on his face.
Pay?
If you want something, you need to give me some money. The monster continued standing before the ladies what was going on. If he wanted to eat chocolate, he had to pay for it, which is completely crazy. First of all, he had no money. Second of all, he was watching Boo. Who was the point of denying him what he wanted?
Boo want chocolate!
The pink monster clenched his face and was starting to get angry. Very angry. He was coming closer and closer to attacking. Despite the customer's growing anger, Mr. Cake was about to back down. He had dealt with unruly customers in the past. Well, if Boo wants chocolate, the Boo needs to give me bits. A smile then crept onto Boo's face. If this boy wouldn't give him chocolate, then he would be the chocolate.
You make great candy!
His tentacles started to glow, making the pony take a few steps backwards.
Turn into choco.
Before he could fire, chocolate bean suddenly hit his leg. He looked down and saw a pink pony nudging him.
If you really want some chocolate, I can give you some of mine.
She put her head back on the ground and opened it, revealing all of the candy and other sweets she had on her.
I was going to save this for later, but you can have some of it.
She smiled brightly as the strange creature stared at her. The pink pony then nodded, giving him the go-ahead. He quickly started wolfing down the candy given to him. It tasted so good. Boo couldn't remember how long it had been since he had last had candy, and at this point he didn't care. His evening was interrupted by the giggles of the pink pony. He stopped eating and looked at her.
What's so funny?
You eat just like me.
By the time she finished talking, he had resumed his eating. Meanwhile, Mrs. Cake was feeling pretty scared. Terrified, in fact. This monster just started to make him into candy, and that was after all the shouting. Thanks, Celeste Pinky showed up. If it weren't for her, he would have surely been turned to gumdrop or pastry. He then made a mental note to call Pinky whenever customers get angry.
Hi, my name is Pinkie Pie. What's yours?
Boo, he answered. That made Pinky go slightly. What a silly name.
Why don't I show you around town, since you're new and all?
Babbity's minion just stared at her with the same blank expression he usually has.
Will there be candy?
Of course, silly. Lots of candy.
She shouted, which made his mouth water once again. She then grabbed her saddle up back and ran upstairs. A few seconds later, she came back down, and Kenny was practically pulling off her back.
Come on, let's go.
The two walked out to the corner. Meanwhile, Mr. Cake was still trembling.
I don't know who that Boo guy was, but he seemed dangerous.
The baker pony thought to himself as he watched Pinky walking with that monster. Maybe Boo wasn't a bad guy. Maybe he just went crazy without any candy. Oh, Celeste, don't let him run out of candy. On the secret word of the Kais, two of our heroes were there. Goku and Gohan. Gohan was taken there because the Supreme Kai thought he could pull out the... Gohan was taken there because the Supreme Kai thought he could pull out the legendary Caesar, and he was indeed successful in releasing it from the rock. It was then that he began training to wield it. If he could manage to wield it, he would be ready to beat Majin Buu. It was legend. After a good amount of time training, Goku had shown up because his time on Earth was over and he was going to help his son train. The half-saint had made great progress and now it was time to test the sword out. Caesar was able to slice a giant rock clean in two, but when put up against catching it broke. When all hope seemed lost, an ancient ancestor Supreme Kai appeared from within the sword, and after the promise of a kiss from Bulma, he began unlocking Gohan's new powers. The first part of the ceremony had been finished, and now the second part was beginning. The two were sitting down while the Elder Kai had his arms stretched forward. While that was happening, Goku, Capito, and the Supreme Kai were doing their best to send us out to fight on Earth. But it was hard. They had been told by Elder Kai that Buu was in the hyperbolic time chamber, along with Goten and Piccolo. I can't sense what's going on. Oh, I wish I knew what was happening, Goku said as he clenched his fists. He wanted to know how the boys were doing, but he couldn't tell what went on in the time chamber.
Here, Goku catch!
The Elder Kai created a crystal ball in his helmet, and then rolled it over to three of them.
With this, you can see what's going on.
The three looked at the ball as an image appeared. It showed Majin Buu walking with the pony. It appears that Buu escaped the hyperbolic time chamber, the younger Kai stated. But where is he? I mean, this doesn't seem like Earth. Through the ball, they could see a little bit of the surrounding area. Now, though it seemed like Earth, it wasn't. Wherever Buu was, there were a lot of ponies around. Plus, it seemed as though they could talk. Goku wasn't a master of the Earth, but you know enough to know that there weren't talking ponies on it. Majin Buu isn't on the Earth anymore, Okai stated, which made everyone turn towards him.
Then where is he?
Gohan asked.
It seems that Buu was able to escape the time chamber and now he is in Equestria.
The reaction he received were mixed. Supreme Kai, Capito, and Goku were confused, but Gohan had a look of pure shock on his face. This didn't Gohan notice but his father. What is his son? It took the Saiyan a few moments to realize why his son was worried. Equestria was the place he visited 7 years ago. He remembered watching Gohan fight Brodragon's gang, as well as Broly. I have to go, Gohan muttered, making Okai look up from his magazine.
I'm sorry, but the process isn't done yet, he said plainly.
But Equestria is in danger. Tuan and her friends won't be able to stop Buu. The other Kai furrowed his brow.
And neither will you if you don't finish your training. Goku wanted to protest, but the old man was right. The only thing he could do was hope that Boo didn't go on a rampage. Goku looked over to his son with hope in his eyes. Don't worry, Gohan. I'm sure everything will be fine. Just concentrate on your training. Maybe Twilight and her friends will be able to befriend Majin Buu, Goku thought to himself. He had heard from his son during the World Tournament how his Pokemon friends had the power to befriend enemies. If they were able to change Discord, surely they could change Boo. The Green guy leaned towards saying, with no one to stop Majin Buu, all of those Pokemon will surely die. He whispered so Goku wouldn't hear it. What if Twilight and the others turned into a good guy? If it were the fighter Boo, then yes, but this Boo is nothing but pure evil. I'm assuming he hasn't killed him yet. It seemed as though Boo was in a subdued state due to his lust for chocolate. Everything else just seemed important. Hang on, guys. I'll be there soon. The hesitant thought to himself as he hoped for the ceremony to be over sooner rather than later. Well, there was the first chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. So Majin Buu has made his way to Equestria and is hanging out with Pinkie Pie. You can tell things are going to get crazy. Things would sort of play out as he did in the Buu saga, but I will throw in some twists. If you're wondering why Buu is so calm and not on a rampage, it's because I think in this form Buu is a little more subdued. When fighting Gohan takes in the Time Chamber, he listens when Trunks tells him to stand there and wait to attack. Also because he really wanted some candy. I would also like to say that I have a lot of story ideas coming to my mind and want to post some of them. For now, I'll just post these 2 stories. I will still update the stories I'm currently working on. Be sure to R&R and have a Merry Christmas. FutureShock.